All right, and welcome to another episode. I guess I should say welcome to a couple of different episodes. One's Reasonable Girls, and it's not Troy and I, but you're also listening to Stay Tuned with Troy and Howie, as we're kind of doing like a crossover podcast, and we're chatting with the ladies of Reasonable Girls. We got Miss Boomstick, and trust me, we're going to get behind the names and how they got there with those names. And also Happy Panda and her twin sister, Tattoo Babe. So, hey, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, ladies.
So glad to be hanging out with you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
This will be a fun time. I mean, we've already chatted for a half hour. We should have hit the record button. I flipped my van on the way here.
And Happy Panda was adjusting her breasts before you got on. I don't know if you saw that.
They're well adjusted and even now.
Yeah, they look nice and even. I'm going to give you that.
Thank you. I worked hard. It was tough.
These are limits before we didn't even hit record.
Did you check with your religion to make sure that was okay to adjust them, or?
Yes, I could touch them. Just nobody else who's not married to me. They can't touch them.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I have to play the MC Hammer song when that happens.
You got to pray just to make it today?
Oh man, I tell you
Not
what.
that one. Not that one.
No.
I know.
There's no cussing in that song, so that should be all right.
There you go.
Yeah. Play the track.
That's right.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So, ladies, how do you know each other? I know we kind of chatted off air, but let's get it on record here.
Me?
Whoever.
Yeah, go for it.
No, they know each other from me.
Yeah,
We all know.
I am the common denominator between us. She's the common denominator. But basically, me and Tattoo Babe, we work at the same place together, and we both our insanity levels match each other. So we were like perfect.
Okay. Well, I already know how Tattoo Babe got her name. Miss Boomstick. Go ahead, introduce yourself, and how did that name come about?
Yeah, I'm Miss Boomstick, and I am obsessed with the Evil Dead movies. Got my ass straight. I was prepared for this.
There you go.
But I'm really big into horror movies, and like Ash is my favorite character. Of course, Army of Darkness, he uses Boomstick.
Okay.
So it started as a gamer tag. I had Miss Boomstick on there. Actually, I started as Boomstick Girl, and I changed it because I didn't like it after a while. Mm-hmm. And then, so yeah, you pretty much find me anywhere, Miss Boomstick. I'm pretty sure there's nobody else named that. I've looked. If you Google Miss Boomstick, you find all my stuff.
Nice.
Now, do you get into the extreme horror?
It depends on it. I will watch it. Some of it, if like it looks decent. I don't watch the stuff that's just pure gore. But I have watched movies that have gore in it. But like Terrifier with Art the Clown. But.
Yeah, we interviewed a former coworker of Howie's, and she's into the extreme horror. Now, they're more into the books, honestly, than the movies and such. Mm-hmm. But we have a podcast. You can go back and listen to that, and you can listen to some of the stuff they listen to. And they even gave us a couple of short stories to read, I guess you could say. And, very, very different than your typical horror genre.
We were traumatized.
Yeah. I'll watch more of your podcast if you pay for my therapy.
Yes.
Well, it just so happens that I can do that therapy for you. I have that background as well. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Free of charge.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, cool. See, I got the hookup. That's who you know.
First one on your list is, what was that book, Hallie? Something about a leprechaun or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a leprechaun that did some...
Yeah,
I don't even want to...
Yeah, it got into gross stuff with women's panties and stuff like
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It was something where I was like, man, now I know why people ban books.
You got to put a cap on it somewhere.
Right.
Somewhere.
So true.
Me personally, I prefer the horror comedy genre.
Okay.
So that is just my personal choice.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Broadcast in Texas. I am a diehard mutant. Joe Bob Briggs and all that. So,
Okay.
if anybody knows what that is, in Last Drive-In on Shudder.
Okay.
I know
Very
a lot of
cool.
people know him from Texas. He's originally from there. But the actor John Bloom plays a character called Joe Bob, the host. And I am sorry about my dog.
It's all good.
Now, before we move on from you, Miss Boomstick, for a little bit, I was like, you tie into this because you are sister-in-laws with Tattoo Babe, correct?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
she is married to my brother.
And that's the only connection you guys ever had, just from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
meet her before she started dating my brother.
Awesome. So,
Okay.
where did this idea come? Well, you know what? Hold on. Before we get there, Happy Panda. You didn't say how your name came about. How did this come about?
Okay, so I've been like gaming all my life. We talking like I'm gonna name drop some like Atari games and stuff. So like, that's how long I've been gaming. Before I was like, and when I was in a womb, they installed a controller for a gaming system in my mom.
Pong?
The Atari 26.
Yes, I mean I was in there. I was like, can't wait till that 27 drop. But anyway, so I come out. Anyway, so I decided to use my gamer tag from my from gaming or whatever like that. But honestly, the way I got my gamer tag was because I'm very happy all the time. Like even when I'm not, like it's very rare that I am pissed off. Like you had to really work hard. I mean, you had to work double overtime to piss me off. And then the other thing is, I'm like the best of both worlds. I was raised by both white people and black people, so like there's
Okay.
like a good mix of both of those inside me.
Okay.
And if you look at a panda, of course they got the black spots and the white spots. There you go.
Yeah, of course. There you go.
And you were also military. You said Army, correct?
Yes, I'm retired Army
Wow.
now. Did my
Awesome.
time.
Thank you for your
And-
service.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support. Yes. And so they pay me handsomely now. Very
Oh,
handsomely.
they do now.
Good for you. Good
Good.
for you.
I call it getting paid for breathing. I took that from my uncle who retired out of the Air Force. So now I get paid for breathing. I'm like, that's a good idea. Except my problem is I have asthma, so it's a little bit difficult. I feel like it's still a job, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, work
Breathing
on
is what'll
breathing.
kill you.
I'm telling you, right?
So, how did the Reasonable Girls podcast come about?
It was kind of both me and Boomstick's idea together, I guess,
Okay.
in a way. She used to be on a different podcast, and then we just decided that girls are better.
Well, I think all guys would agree that plural women are better than women. Like,
Yeah.
the more the merrier.
Yeah.
And
You know, the
so,
Mormon
girl,
would say
girl,
that.
You know, not to toot our own horns, you know. Like we do give birth, and that's difficult. So like that should be on our resume too.
You know,
I feel like that's on
Happy
your resume,
Panda,
you're
I've been
automatically hired.
constipated before, so I know what it's like to give birth.
Oh,
It's about the
Okay.
Really close. Really
Yeah.
close.
same. Yeah.
not even.
I feel like when your kids come out, you're still constipated because there's still a pain in your hind part. Like,
Good point. Good point.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So we can find like anything on this podcast. Like you just kind of whatever the topic of the day is. Like, do you guys discuss it beforehand, or you just start recording and wwherever the conversation goes, it goes?
Kind of a little bit of both. We do
Yeah.
plan ahead of time, but we do go off on tangents. So and like go on. So because I edit everything down, we'll record. We try to stay on topic, but if we go off topic, we'll make it into a separate video or whatever. But
Gotcha.
we try to have a plan, but we kind of go off of that sometimes.
they were doing fine till they brought my ADHD brain in there, and then all of a sudden, like topics didn't even matter. We were talking about everything.
That's what makes us.
Yeah, that's what makes it interesting, honestly, because that's kind of like what we do. We'll just have, well, I mean, you guys are kind of getting a taste of it, but we'll just have you on and we'll just start talking, and whatever rabbit hole we go down, that's what makes it interesting.
I love
No
rabbit
matter-
holes.
yeah, like even, yeah, exactly. And like even if the people are promoting, like we get a lot of music artists and such on and all that, and sometimes we don't even talk about their music as much as we talk about what happened in their life, and
Yeah.
so it's just kind of fun.
I feel like life makes the music, not music makes life, but your life makes the
Well, a
music.
little bit of both.
Yeah, I mean, it could music influences your life, but life makes your music.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Your music, the music comes out with the life that you live. Typically, I think
exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
So I feel like my music, if I was to play music, it'd be polka. If I was that would reflect me, polka. Yeah.
All right. It's good.
She's your comic relief, isn't she,
You
Miss
gonna do the
Boomstick?
Weird Al polka or like regular polka though?
We talking like we talk all kinds of polka, but probably that whole polka. Like I like that better. So.
I have a feeling that Panda's your comic relief.
Sadly, maybe.
Now, Tattoo Babe, I actually saw something on your site that you are, for every 100 subscribers for your YouTube channel, we are looking at getting an extra tattoo at the, and not by your choice, but by your artist's choice.
Yep.
Can you explain that a little bit? What's that all about?
Freehand whatever he wants.
Okay.
Anywhere?
I've known my tattoo artist a long time, and he's actually my ex.
Oh,
Jeez.
Yeah. Honestly, it was one of those things where we were decent friends before, and we probably shouldn't have dated, and we tried it, and we're like, it's whatever. It's not for us. It's probably one of the most subtle breakups I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
Truthfully, I mean, there's no
no hard feelings at all anymore.
nothing. Yeah, it's literally like we've just stayed friends. It's never changed from that. So
Nice.
It's like y'all could be the best of friends, but the worst of spouses. Like,
yeah, we were more friends when we were together. It wasn't even like we were in a relationship. I don't know. It was weird. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like being in a relationship puts pressure on it, though.
Yeah.
So with this tattoo thing that you're doing, is this like you said? Literally, it's his choice. He can do whatever he wants. Is this like? Do you have a spot picked out for it, or and?
So yes and no.
She's running out of spots.
I'm running out of spots. So it's just kind of one of those things that depends on what he chooses. So pretty much, I guess it would be kind of up to him if he has
Okay.
enough room or not.
You
Boy,
just
you
make
better
sure you
hope
don't
you
pick
guys
him
are
off
on
when
good
you get to 100 subscribers. He draws something on you.
But we
You-
also
I
cut
told
it off too.
What
It's
if
like,
what if us? Yeah, go ahead, Boomstick.
at the 500 mark, she's gonna make a higher stake, so
Yeah.
it's not gonna be like 100. So it was after 500 is gonna go up to 1,000. wasn't it?
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, we have a little bit. I talked her into scaling it down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know
yeah,
what?
like, you run out of.
You should let the subscribers vote on what tattoo you get.
This is true. But my favorite is when he freehands. So freehanding is where he just takes the tattoo gun and he just goes.
Yeah.
There's no stencil. There's no.
Well, what if he topics it? Like, say if you could have your subscribers pick between two types of, like, say a happy panda or a tattoo of a tattoo babe, you know, and then he would let him freehand it. You don't know how it's going to come out,
True.
but you know what it's going to be.
Yeah, I guess I could give a roundabout on topics.
Well, I have a
maybe
suggestion.
a higher subscription goal or something.
Like if we reach like, I don't know, 1,000, they can I could have him like draw something up and they can just pick between the pictures or something.
What if our podcast brings you a couple hundred subscribers by itself? Is there any way we can get a Stay Tuned logo on your on your body somewhere?
I don't know. That would be. I don't even know where I'd put it.
Oh, I know where you could put it.
Where?
Oh
Can I say this on the radio?
no!
Okay,
Yeah, go
well-
ahead. Let's hear it.
You could say it.
You got what? You got a right thigh and you got a left thigh, girl. Stay
The whole left
tuned.
side's covered already.
I'm dead. See, run out of
I was
spaces.
gonna say, wait a minute. Do you have like a
That's-
tramp stamp?
Okay, I need to go swimming with her so I'll know what place.
So my back is being saved for a full back piece.
All right.
Yeah.
A whole back of Stay Tuned.
Yeah,
I
that
think
would be
look
nice.
pretty good.
Yeah, just stay tuned.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was gonna do it, I would probably get our logo first, right?
Now, come on.
We don't even have one though.
That's
Well, no, we don't.
We are the logo.
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, you can guys just get like a. Does he draw people well?
Yeah. I'm saving a spot for a portrait of my dog, so he's really
cool.
good with. And I've seen he's done a couple celebrities. I know that I'm definitely saving a spot for Eddie Vedder on my body somewhere. I just haven't decided where. It's got to be 1992 better, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I just got to think about this. You sure you want my face though on your body? Because my brother's got to look at that.
I meant like when we get a logo. I'm not putting our faces on my body. No.
Okay,
Oh my gosh, you
sure.
just brought a whole different thought to my head on that one, Miss Boomstick.
That would definitely
I
be.
probably had the same mind thing as you, though. That's why I got thinking. I was like, "Oh my god."
That would be awkward
No.
That would be awkward during marital relations.
Yeah, especially if you're
related to both of them. Like, oh, that'd just be messed up.
especially if your face contorts during it.
Oh my god.
Well,
Or if it was a judgmental face, and you're like, "Don't judge me, sister. We're married now. We can do this."
A disgusted face, like.
Like I'm gonna hurl face, like, ah. Oh my goodness. And wouldn't that be some messed up stuff if that was like a voodoo thing? Like she would in real life, she'd be hurling. She's like, I know they're in there having marital relations, and I'm ready to vomit. And I had a very nice dinner, so I know it's not dinner. Like, oh no.
So where would be a safe place for her face that it wouldn't be seen during this
Never.
podcast?
never.
Because I feel like the Kama Sutra, if you got something like the Kama Sutra, there's really nowhere that you can put that face where somebody's, like, at some point in time, somebody's going to see that, whether it
What
be
about
her
under
or
your
him.
hairline? What about under your hairline?
There you, I already know where you're going with that.
The
one.
hairline? No, because we already know in the Kama Sutra. That's page number 3 on the Kama Sutra. You will see that.
Well, I guess that's out of the. I guess okay. Well, I
Yeah,
guess
out of the ballpark.
We'll have
Yeah,
to
we
get a logo design that does not have my face on it.
I guess it's just
Well,
gonna
none
have
of
to be.
our
I guess it's just gonna have to be me and Troy's
Yep,
face.
I guess so.
So I have an idea of what we could do for our logo.
What?
It could be a very happy panda with tatted up happy panda holding the weapon we call a boomstick.
Oh, there we go.
I bet you I could draw that up. Just
See,
fine.
and she's quite the talent. I got to look at her artwork before we began, and I was like, I want that in my bedroom. That's in my bathroom. That's going to be down my downstairs hallway. Like I'm already
Very
picking
cool.
out spots.
I do like the idea of a boomstick though, like because to me, before you kind of told me your story there, like to me a boomstick is almost like a microphone, like you know what I mean, like it's. So I don't know if you could turn the boomstick into like a microphone weapon since that's your podcast, you know?
Yeah,
True.
I'm about to drop
Yeah,
it.
'cause this is called Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess,
So
I have to really think about that and just concentrate.
It'd be like that
Definitely.
panda off of there. What's that one rapper where he's got the panda on his CD cover? But
Oh,
it's a happy
yeah.
panda. This panda look like he's gonna like drive by your house, like
Kung
do a
Fu
drive by.
Panda.
We want a happy panda, like
What
like
panda?
not as happy as Care Bear, but like a little bit lower than happy, but not, definitely not that gangster panda that be look like they're about to drive by at your house. You don't want that.
What? I'm trying to think of what rapper that is.
It was that dude that was like panda, 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 panda.
Oh,
I don't
jeez.
know.
I got broads in Atlanta. I don't want to say too much because he might get me for copyright infringement or something.
I don't listen to rap music. Clearly, I look like I don't listen to rap music.
I
so-
listen to all kinds of music. Like
Is it designer?
yes, Designer. That's the rapper
Okay.
name.
no idea who that
Yes,
is.
I never even
Designer.
heard of him.
Yeah, I've
He
never heard
did a
of him.
collab. He did a mashup with somebody. Mashed him up with Panic at the Disco.
Okay.
And they called it Panda at the Disco, and it was like really cool because the songs synchronized so well. Like, and they didn't overpower each other; they were just perfectly collab, kind of like what we're doing right now.
Okay. Okay.
So what would you say is a typical conversation you guys have? Like what kind of topics are you guys usually touching on?
Everything.
We gripe mostly
Friendships,
about our family
relationships?
and motherhood. No,
Yeah, friendships, relationships. We just did Mom Week. I know that we have plans for the future for Dad Week. You know, for Father's Day.
yeah, because we celebrate that too.
Every third.
Don't know why you get a holiday. We're the ones with stretch marks and have labor and birth and stuff. They get a holiday. Their job was easy. Their job was fun, matter of fact. And they get a Father's Day.
Yeah.
Sucks.
I mean, that's not fair. That's a good solid minute of work.
Yeah, I know.
I hope it's more than
Wow.
a minute. Like, we got to get something better out of that than, I mean.
I'm assuming Troy is kind of including my time with his because a minute seems a little long for me.
It's funny because me and my significant other always gripe about how long is the right amount of time before at that point is not enough, or if it's like overkill and you're like, man, I'm done. Like, I'm done. Can we watch Frasier? Like, I'm done.
What was the final determination on that?
Well, we come to different conclusions. For me, it's anywhere from 15 to 17 minutes. I'm good. For him,
That's
pretty,
like-
pretty exact.
Yeah, that's very
yeah,
specific.
no, right. It's like a microwave setting, like 15 to 17 minutes.
Microwave
Like, ding,
setting.
okay,
My
we're done.
popcorn done, so are you.
Right. That popcorn pop, how come you didn't, you know? And so for him, it's like,
You better be good.
he's like, I could get it down to an hour and a half. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, so most of the time I try to avoid it with him. I'm like, oh, I got a headache.
That's not true.
Oh, my asthma's flaring up. Oh, wait, if he hears this today, he's going to be like, uh-huh.
I've never
But
heard
it-
that excuse before.
Yeah.
What I
so
might do is just cut out this part and advertise it.
Yeah.
like 15 to 17 minutes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's average, right?
I don't know. What is average anymore? I've had some weirdos in the bedroom. Like,
Girl, I'm telling you.
like mutants
I
or
look
something.
like it. What do you mean?
Mutants in the bedroom. Like,
So
I don't know.
is it, Tattoo Babe, is this awkward for you at all to speak about things like this with Miss Boomstick listening?
Nope. Don't bother
I
me.
guess
at
we
all.
can ask Miss Boomstick the same thing.
I don't say anything because I haven't been graphic. So
Joking
joking around is not as bad, but if it gets graphic, I'm just like, eh. So
Like,
we haven't
she
got to
can't-
that point yet.
She can't come to you and be like, he had erectile dysfunction. And you be like, I don't want to know. That is my brother. I don't care. Like,
Is
that's
he your
where we
little
draw the
brother or
line.
bigger
at
brother?
before.
Younger by 12
Younger.
years.
Yeah.
12 years.
Whoa.
I'm old fogey.
Well, you don't look it. I'll give you that. So,
Yeah, she's even more beautiful in person. Like, I got to meet Miss Boomstick in person for the first time over the weekend.
Oh
And
wow.
she's just awesome. Usually we see each other like just like we're doing now. And so it was like really just
Yeah.
just
This is the
super
first-
awesome to see.
This is the first time Howie and I have met. Like,
Really?
no.
I'm about to say, y'all,
He got to his house pretty fast.
right, he knew where the refrigerator was and everything. He had already had himself a sandwich made by the time he got to the screen. I'm like,
he
all
grabbed
right.
the beer and everything on the way down.
He got comfortable. I think I seen his toes kick back earlier somewhere.
we do normally record separate, but we don't live that far away from each other. We probably only live about 20 minutes away from each other. But
Right.
Okay.
but usually we'll do like a live show every year. Unfortunately, where we're going to do our live show this year went out of business. So I don't know what we're going to do there. Maybe we'll do it in Howie's backyard. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
You can call it Howie's backyard. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the back deck.
Just a party.
wait a minute, that didn't sound right because compared to the situation, the subject we were just talking about, Howie's backyard might not be. That might be a little rough. That's a slippery slope right there. I tell you what.
Yeah,
on the
that's
back
what she
door.
said.
Yeah, I hope so because I swear, like, gotta have that. I can't do it with this. Gotta have that bottle's gotta be handy. Especially for like an hour and a half, if that's what he's scaling it down to. I'm like,
Hour
is
and
your
a half?
fault that we have to pay so much for this? Because 15 to 17 minutes, that bottle should last us a good 2 months.
Based on an hour and a half, I'm going to ask you to just walk around to see if you're limping or what.
That makes it like Linguini. Like, I'm like keep a wheelchair by the bed, and especially when we know the kids are gone for the weekend, the wheelchair's right there. 'Cause I'm telling you,
Oh my gosh.
I know. I hope my church family never sees this.
Do you all have
Well,
children?
he's gonna be sending me this recording, so it's gonna
Yeah, right.
Post.
Oh snap! Oops. Oh, well, I have a lot of family, church family that is very supportive. Like I told her, I said sometimes it's gonna get edgy. We're just raw like that. I mean,
Well, we're just being real.
No
and-
pun intended with the raw, huh?
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Speaking of raw, hour and a half. I tell you what,
We're just being
it's
real
no
people.
longer a slippery slope.
No.
It's more like a barren ridge. I tell you.
What just happened here?
I don't know. Well,
Are
welcome
you
to the
regretting
Happy
like
Panda
this?
Show.
Yeah.
Let me-
50 Shades of Grey, the Happy Panda version.
I'm telling you, anything from black to white on the panda and all gray shades in between. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. That's color scheme. We're good.
All right. So let's try to curve this conversation back into another area. Are you all mothers?
Yes.
You are all mothers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how many children do you have, like separately? Obviously, not together.
Collectively, we have enough to like fill a bus. No, I'm kidding. But,
I have one.
Oh, you have one?
adult, He's 18. So.
Okay.
2.
Ah,
2 little guys.
Nope.
No.
I have a 14-year-old and a 9-year-old.
Okay.
All
All right.
right.
Panda.
and I have 3 daughters.
3 daughters.
wow.
Yes, 13, 10,
Okay.
and 9.
Okay, wow.
So wow. So you
And
guys.
well, Troy, you have
I have 4.
he has 4 kids.
Yep.
And
You have 2.
yeah, I have 2. They're both adults.
Yeah.
22 and 20, actually. for
Oh,
mine.
fun ages.
Yeah. Oh, I got a range. I got 21, and then I got 14, 11, and 8. So
Dang, yes, it's a
Yeah, right. Yeah.
that's a
So-
pretty good.
So
scale.
that's about 4 minutes of work, according to Troy.
yeah.
Man, you put in for that work.
Well,
They work overtime.
Yeah. And
I
I
get mad
got
about 17.
a grandbaby on the way. So
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're a granddad
congrats.
too? Cool.
Man,
Jeez.
yep.
Oh,
man,
I read
he's
that
you're
phone
going to be tired.
I'm gonna be
So
tired.
tired. Yeah. You're
Why
going to be a
am I gonna be
grandpa. Because you're supposed to take the kid. I mean, the good thing is you can give it back, but you're still going to be tired.
Yep, and all then.
call. Right.
No, that's why you got to be the drunk grandpa. Then they'll never let you babysit.
You're right.
You dodge that bullet every time.
Come here, kid.
They be like, "Hey, grandpa, I need you to come babysit." You're like, "What'd you say?"
You want another beating, boy?
Yeah.
Come here, girl.
My granddad was always drunk when we had birthdays
So
or
was
Christmases and stuff, and he used to always put our bikes together wrong. And then one time, one time somebody called him out on it. He was like, "Get the hell out of here!" I was like, "Sorry, grandpa."
Well, I don't even think you could understand mine.
Oh man,
I think that's like a common theme. I think a lot of people's grandpas were drunks. Like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that must have just been what you did back then. Like,
Yeah.
I think it was Vietnam era. I'd be drunk too.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say my grandpa was a veteran from Vietnam, so
Okay.
and he was always drunk. He died from alcoholism. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
my grandfathers were Korean
grandpa
War, I
was
believe.
drunk, too.
Korean War.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
okay.
A little bit of a difference in.
Yeah. A little bit. Yeah, I guess I'm a little bit older. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how old are you? If I'm able to.
I'll be 43 the end of next month. So
Wow! Congratulations. You look
Yeah.
good though.
yeah, thank you.
You look good. So I would have never guessed that. But when you said child on the way, I was a little.
Yeah, you thought somewhere around 40, right?
Yeah, like. I don't know anymore because the lines are blurred in my family. My mom was 19 when she had me, and I was her third child. So
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Now, I will say this. I was in junior high, and there was this girl in 8th grade that was in my class. She was pregnant with her second child.
Oh my gosh.
In
in
Holy
8th
crap.
grade,
8th grade.
holy crap!
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what was going on in that home, right?
right.
Right, like and what wasn't going on in that home? Supervision. I tell you what.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
exactly.
So did she? I feel like if you're a teen mom, can you claim your children on your taxes?
Yes.
That's a good question.
Yes.
My-
So
my-
when you have your kid, you're even no matter what age you're it's you're an adult.
Yeah,
at that
but what
point
if you're
in
not
the
old
state.
enough to work yet?
Well, that at least that is in my state. I don't know about everybody else's state, but
Because I feel like child labor laws are like don't allow you to work before like 15.
I don't know.
Your
I
taxes
gotta
taken out or whatever.
14.
14 in PA, yeah.
Okay, so what if you have a baby at like 12, 13? You can't claim it on your taxes?
I claim.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm a teen mom. I started when I was 16. I claimed my kid every year.
Okay.
So
I had to look that up.
16, yeah. I had that. I worked there till I was over. I was like 21 when I quit.
Okay. So guys, when it came to doing your podcast, like what kind of instigated you guys doing it? Like, what do you guys want to do with this podcast ultimately?
Have fun.
Yeah.
Just have fun, just kick back and enjoy and
Yeah.
talk.
Have
and,
fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Have fun, share our experiences, because we talk about a lot of different topics. Like she said, we had a friends one. We talk about different like falling out or different friendships. We had a family one, same thing.
Okay.
Different like family relationships, and we just kind of talk because we've all had experiences in our lives. So
Yeah.
we tried to just kind of share that, plus have fun.
That's awesome.
1 minute experiences and 15 to 17-minute
Yeah.
experiences.
So hopefully our growing up with our
You
pain.
talk about it all.
Yeah, that's right.
So hopefully us like talking about our traumas and pains might help somebody else. And
Yeah, I gathered that because I watched a couple of your podcasts this past week, and you guys did talk a little bit about mental health, and if I'm understanding correctly, Tattoo Babe, that's a form of your therapy according to your work of art, right?
Correct.
So
That is correct.
okay,
I don't know
so
if
that's
it's
kind
healthy,
of
but
well, I don't see why it's not healthy.
You could be doing other
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
do you
true.
enjoy those tattoos?
I do. It's kind of weird because this morning a coworker was talking to me about it, and he asked me, and he was like, "Is it like a therapy?" And I was like, "Kind of. It's like a release, I guess."
Yeah.
When you go through a lot and you have like that emotional trauma and stuff like that, and I suffer from like BPD, PTSD, and things like that. So my mental health isn't the greatest, but when I go in there, I can feel. I
Yep.
can say that I'm pretty an emotionless person. So when I go in my tattoo session and I come out, I know that like I feel free, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine put it really well. She gets a lot of tattoos as well, and her response to it is, "This is the best way I can hurt myself and be okay with hurting myself."
Yes, pretty
Yeah.
much.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to feel something.
Right. You get the art instead of the scars. You hurt
Exactly.
yourself
Yep.
this way. Yeah.
So
It's an interesting way to look at it. I never thought about it like that.
yeah. So no, I can appreciate it actually, and like I said earlier, I work in the mental health field, and it's just interesting to hear people's stories and where you guys came from, and how you and really what you guys are doing here with the podcast is a way of not only just having fun, but it's a good coping skill for you
Yeah.
guys.
I
It's a
think
way
so
to
too,
get
yeah.
your to release some of that adrenaline, and especially if you have people like Troy who's only lasting a minute, you're gonna want to get that adrenaline out of there some way else.
Right.
So
I'm telling you, 1 minute it's not gonna do it for you.
it's not gonna work for you, Panda.
You have to be 15 to 17.
15 to
That's
17
average.
minutes.
That's right. That's right.
What type of
No more
popcorn
than
is that?
17 minutes,
I mean, I thought
After
these
that,
popcorns were like 2-3 minutes now. Now we're talking 15, 17-minute
Yeah.
popcorns? Like what?
Right. I'm telling you, that popcorn is like my complexion by the time it goes out the microwave at 15 to 17 minutes.
I know. Troy's been watching Sports Center for the last 15 minutes since the popcorn went off at that time.
Right. Like, nobody likes to smell a burnt popcorn. I tell you what. Can't get that smell out for like weeks.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
bad. Do you guys, I mean, obviously people can search Reasonable Girls Podcast. They can find you on all different kinds of platforms. I guess you said you're kind of working your way into Spotify. Did I hear that right?
Right. I have a Spotify account, and because we've said earlier, I don't remember if it was recording or not, but I was on a different podcast. Plus, I used to post my own stuff on there. So if you look at like Spotify, Google Podcasts, pretty much anywhere there's a platform for the Audible versions. Just look up Miss Boomstick, because I haven't really changed the name or added anything to it, because it has a little bit of my stuff, my older stuff, and our newer stuff on there. So it has a little bit of everything on there. But yeah, if you just look up Miss Boomstick, same on Facebook. If you can't find the Reasonable Girls, I have a Facebook page, Miss Boomstick. I think I'm probably easier to find since I've been around a little bit longer.
Yeah.
If you go to my Facebook page, you can find it through that as well. So
Okay.
You guys all have
and
your
then
own
I have
separate
all the
Facebook.
links for everything on my page. So
You guys have all your own separate Facebook accounts, or
So yes and no. We're working on pandas over here.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
a
I
little
forgot.
bit.
Come
I'm
on.
he
behind the
doesn't have
curve.
time with these hour-and-a-half sessions. I mean,
I'm telling
Yeah.
you. That's why I got it. That's why I need.
You can't
15
get up and
minutes
walk to the
so that I have
computer.
time to build my Facebook account, right?
I gotta go grab the wheelchair real quick.
I'm telling you, just go ahead and wheel myself to the computer and make that Facebook page.
Yes.
I'm telling you, what's going on?
at least you didn't bring it this weekend and try to give me the wheelchair.
I know, right? Oh man, she was.
I find out later what the wheelchair's for. Oh, no.
Yeah, you don't want to sit in that wheelchair,
Oh
like.
God.
Wipe that chair down is all we gotta say, right?
You gotta treat it like we're in the pandemic with that.
I make a lot of jokes
Some
out of
Lysol
messed
wipes
up
or
legs,
whatever.
so everybody kind of makes fun of me.
Oh.
Well, not really makes fun, but it kind of teases because
Yeah.
Right.
I probably should be disabled, but I haven't been able to get through the disabled process. But,
Okay.
Like the
I have a
Olympics.
lot of stuff like medically wrong with me.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's like it's easier to win a gold medal in the Olympics than to get disability, like to go through
For
that
real,
process.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
They always deny
Yeah.
it.
Get a doctor to believe a woman that is bigger. That's even harder.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, just
okay.
lose some weight, you'll be fine."
Yeah, that's like their go-to.
Interesting.
Right.
yeah, that is
My leg
interesting.
and
My
foot
God.
has been swollen for 4 years, and when they tried to tell me it's not swollen, then they tried to say after I pushed and pushed and pushed, they finally found one thing wrong with it, but I think there's more to it.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, "Well, just lose weight, you'll be fine. Just lose weight." Losing weight is not going to take the swelling off one
Yeah,
leg.
Right.
But
Yeah,
it is
there's
what it is.
there's more issues to it than that, right?
There's
Yeah.
definitely
Yes.
more issues.
Yeah, but I truthfully think that our medical field is just really,
It's crazy.
it's really gone downhill.
Yeah, it is.
I had to switch
Especially
my
for
care to the
women.
VA, and when you running to the VA for care, that's how you know how bad the healthcare system's got elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say though, when it comes to the VA, our VA here in this county is ranked number 1 in the entire country.
really?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
so I've heard
Nice.
nothing but actually good things come out of that VA in regards to the care.
Yeah, I'm moving to
Um,
that county.
There you go. Yep,
Healthcare.
Lebanon County, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's super sad.
It's actually a really beautiful facility.
It is. It,
Oh,
it looks,
good.
like,
Nice
it looks like a castle.
definitely compared to here, I'm sure.
They don't
Yeah.
even have a real VA hospital.
That's what I
here.
mean. It's so sad. Like our
You gotta go
veterans deserve
to
better, but
You either got to go to
Sure.
Chicago or you got to go to Indiana, or you have to go to I think the closest one maybe it might be Danville.
Oh, jeez.
Oh wow.
And even in Danville is very limited care. So I think the best place you can go to get the optimum VA healthcare is Chicago. And nobody wants to go
Okay.
to Chicago because I mean they
Right.
want their car to be in one piece when
yeah.
they leave Chicago.
Or survive the traffic.
I
Or
won't. I
avoid
won't drive.
or avoid the assault
dr-
weapon.
The drive-bys and the drug deals.
Yeah.
You gotta stay out of Chicago. I tell you,
Right.
you value your life.
Now,
I feel
you
like
guys
they should
obviously-
pay me to go to Chicago to get health
Yeah.
care.
Right.
So you guys have a Facebook page separately for your page, but do you have like a group set up also where like people can chat and stuff back and forth? Or yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, there's a
Um,
Facebook group and a Facebook page called Reasonable Girls.
Okay. And
And
is
we'll
that
have-
just kind of an open forum, or do you guys usually post stuff in there to start conversation, or how does that work?
We can share our links mainly.
Yeah, mostly
Okay.
share the links. I don't know which one of us started it, but one of us started it just a little over a month ago.
Something like that.
Yeah. So it's still fresh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're still newborn babies. We're still wet behind the ears.
Or
How long
sometimes
ago
we'll
did you
ask if-
start this?
It's been about a month.
Oh, okay. So you're really new to the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
very
yeah,
cool.
sometimes we'll post in either the page or the group like if we're thinking about a topic and we want like our viewers to like be involved, like Pet Week. We just had Pet Week. We had some people send in pictures. Oh, sorry, my cat just rubbed up on my leg. We had people, if they wanted to share their pets or their stories, they sent us pictures. So I shared them on screen and was talking about different pets. So with Mom Week, we didn't ask the viewers to send, but we shared our mom pictures and stuff like that. But sometimes we'll ask if the viewers want to be like a part of the show or something they want to talk about on the. Is it the group that has the document?
Yep, the Google form.
Yeah, so I'm about to do Google form.
Okay.
So we have a Google form in our group. I think it's pinned to the top, and that's where people can come there for anonymous advice. So we literally have no idea who they are unless they tell us purposely who they are. And they could always fill that out, and it just comes straight to our email. And then we talk about that on Fan Feed Fridays, or if we feel like it needs to be addressed, ASAP, we'll do a video, and then she'll edit it and post it.
Oh, very cool. What's the most interesting question you guys have gotten from someone?
It's well,
we had this one person that asked us for advice because they were talking about their significant other whom they just married moving in with the kids, but it was very ambiguous. So we don't know if she moved in with her kids where her ex lived there too.
Okay.
And then he just kind of felt like she dropped the mic on that relationship and went elsewhere.
Oh, wow.
And so that was brought to our attention, and we kind of had to try to dissect that and try to, help them process it and give them the best advice we could give them based on the information that we received. So.
Right. A lot of anxiety, though. We've gotten a lot of forms about like needing help with anxiety and stuff like that. So I guess relationship and mental health.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm thinking to myself, oh goodness, like I've been married twice, been divorced, like the second divorce. And then I have mental health issues. Am I like the best person to be giving advice?
Well, we got the experience, baby.
Yeah, the experience.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But do we have the stability mentally? No, I'm kidding.
Hey, you know what? You're sitting there and you're able to talk.
Yeah.
Since we lived through the experiences, that's why we talk about like our experiences with like a certain subject, or like the one day, I forget which episode it was, but it was kind of touching on PTSD a little bit. It's like, like for me, I didn't want to like admit for the longest time I had PTSD because, when you think of it, you think of people with military, people have had, worse experiences than what you've had. And even though I've been through some really bad stuff, it took me a long time to even admit that I've never been diagnosed, but there's a good chance that I got PTSD. That was Panda even pointed out. I was talking about experience about a car accident that I had, and she just like, you just described PTSD. I didn't even realize I had PTSD on that one thing. All the PTSD things I talk about were other things. So it's just like, I never realized that one experience had PTSD.
Yeah.
So.
Usually what happens too, like when, like for someone to be diagnosed with a specific mental health concern, it usually has to go for like, it has to last for like 2+ weeks straight. So if you're feeling those symptoms, like if you're feeling signs of depression, you're probably going to be diagnosed with depression if it's going on for over 2 weeks straight. And same thing with anxiety or anything like that, for you to get that official diagnosis. So
I think anxiety is really, really taking over a lot of people right now. It seems to be the biggest mental health concern for most people. And Howie, I don't know, you were the one talking about this, and this was even a couple of years ago, so I don't know if you have updated stats or not, but did you say one in every 3 people has some sort of mental condition?
1 out of every 4 has a mental health diagnosis in the country, and probably in our lifetime, 1 out of every 2 will have a mental health concern. So that makes it pretty common.
Yeah.
Is that the most recent or before COVID?
No, that's the most recent. Now, recently, as far as like crisis is concerned, since COVID, crisis patients have actually gone up by 100%.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I
so
believe
it's
it.
increased
that,
majorly. Yeah, so but yeah, I mean, as far as like 1 out of every 4, it kind of fluctuates between 1 and 4, 1 and 3.
yeah. And I
Okay.
can see that because now we live in a society where
It's
mental
hard.
health is not so much as a stigma like
It's
it
getting
used to
better.
be, where
Yeah.
people were like, it was very taboo to have a
Hmm.
mental health disease or even talk about a mental health disorder, you know.
Hmm.
And so it's I think it's awesome that it's more, you know, something that's more supported and addressed today because, you know, we need that, you know, and it
Yeah,
doesn't
just
matter
own
how.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's okay to be not okay.
Right.
Exactly. And hey, you know what? This is Mental Health Awareness Month.
It
Okay.
is, yes,
I
yes.
didn't know
So,
that.
yep.
So you said that you work in mental health.
Hmm.
What do you mean by that?
Um,
Trying to get some free counseling.
yeah, right. Well, I originally were like I've been at my job outside of the podcast. I've been doing for the last 6 years. I originally started in crisis.
Okay.
So I would go on scenes to like suicides and all that stuff. And but then within the last 3 to 4 years, I've been working in the educational side of things through a particular hospital system where I go to like 7 different hospitals throughout Pennsylvania, and I actually teach doctors, nurses, and security and staff how to handle mental health patients and such.
Okay.
Oh, that's really
That's
cool.
neat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think,
Challenging but neat.
yes.
Yeah, it is. It can definitely be challenging for sure, but it's worth it though.
And I wanted to say something too. You guys had brought up about, you know, maybe you're not the best to be giving advice, but I think 2 things. Number one, you're giving them a platform to at least voice themselves and
Yep.
be heard. And secondly, you're showing that there's support out there. Maybe your advice isn't the perfect advice, but it's helping them realize that people out there trying to help them and support them, and that there's somebody in their corner. So
True.
I
Beautiful.
wouldn't
Yeah.
look into it like you don't know exactly what to say. I think just having a support system is a huge part of it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
I agree. I feel like without a support system, you know, mental health it's hard to get through when you feel like you're alone in it. You know, whether you be alone, like there's no one else that have the same mental health disorders, or you're alone, like nobody's there to support you. And so I
Right.
think you brought up a good point, Troy, because at the end of the day, we all been through things that have shaped our mental health, you know,
Right.
and for us to be able to relate to our viewers or to our listeners, you know, I guess we can bring that to the table for them. Let them
Yeah,
know.
Right.
definitely. And not only that, Panda, but like your background in the military, you don't have to go far to know the struggle that goes on in the military world when it comes to mental health.
Oh yeah,
You know, I
I've seen
actually,
families ripped
yeah,
apart. Yeah.
yep, you got it. I used to teach, like in the community, I would actually go to military bases and teach suicide prevention and such. And it never failed that after talking to the folks at the military installation, there was always at least that one person that came up to me afterwards, and he would say that, you know I have PTSD. I know I'm suffering from depression, but I'm not allowed to let them know, because if I
Yes.
let them know, they're going to take my clearances away. They're going to take my gun away.
Yeah,
And I'm
tapping you
basically
out,
doing
yeah.
it. Yep. I'm doing a behind the desk job if I'm even allowed to do that.
Exactly.
So
And
it's really tough.
yeah, and I think that was the biggest part about addressing mental health concerns in the military, is because we feel less of a soldier, you know, when
Yeah.
we're made to be this indestructible entity, capable of war, capable of destruction, but also order
Yep.
at the same time. And all the while, we're fighting wars inside of ourselves
Yeah.
and trying to maintain our composure to fight the wars outside of ourselves.
Yep.
And so it's hard, you know, really
It
is.
is.
Like I served during the war in Iraq. I served from 2006 to 2019, and those were very prominent war time. That bracket where we had the Iraqi war, and it, they didn't want to call it a war at first. They called it a campaign. Sure. Yeah. But I'm like, campaign sounds so much better than war, but it doesn't feel
like you should be hanging ribbons up everywhere, right?
Right. And so it's like, the scuzzy facts of war, but we won't get into that. But basically, it was a tough time for a lot of soldiers. I've seen a lot of my fellow comrades. They tore their families apart. They leave for Iraq. They come back. We come back, and some of us are good. Some of us have completely changed to the point where their spouses didn't even recognize them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's tough. That's a tough thing.
For sure.
So, Howie kind of touched on this, and I guess we're getting to the point here where we should probably start wrapping up, but is there a point here where you guys are hoping to monetize off of this, get some sponsors, stuff like that? Or is this literally just an outlet for you guys to have fun?
Both.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that eventually, I'm more of the, I don't even know what you would call it. Go-getter.
Entrepreneur?
Well, I'm always looking for ways, I do a bunch of the TikToks and stuff.
Okay.
Which is really new for me, but I think I'm balling with it right now. I've been trying. But I'm always looking for stuff, and that's why I like the tattoo idea that we're doing to get more subscribers.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, so I feel like we're always kind of looking and stuff like that.
I say if you guys get to 100,000 subscribers, every single one of you have to get a tattoo.
I agree with that.
There you go.
I have to clear this with my Mormon religious. Honestly, I know it's like I got to clear everything with them.
Mormon for just that one time.
Honestly, you know what? I did something very taboo. So during the pandemic, when we had to wear a mask all the time, I went and got my nose pierced. Like you can see right there.
Okay.
And when the pandemic ended, we didn't have to wear a mask anymore. I was so happy to take the mask off that I didn't even realize what this might do to my image in the church. And honestly, they were very embracing about it. They were like, you know what? It's cute on you.
Yeah.
It's cute,
Yeah.
And and then I try to justify it with well, I got African and that's an African thing. So
it would be
how convenient, Panda.
Right?
I know, right?
So you
would no correlation between those two.
That's right.
You wouldn't get it because of religion or because it hurts. Which, I mean, what does it come down to?
With the tattoo?
Yeah.
I am a wuss when it comes to tattoos.
I have numbing cream.
I have 3 tattoos, and I really love the sight of tattoos. I want to be tatted up because when you come out the military, I don't know if you ever seen that meme where it's like before you go into the military, y'all like,
yeah.
And then when you come out, you're all tatted up. You got scars on your face, like you done been through the ringer. Yeah. I always wanted to have different tattoos and stuff like that. But honestly, I sat down and I probably got some really sensitive areas tattooed on my body because it hurt like hell. So it was kind of off-putting for me. But I will do it for 100,000 subscribers.
There you go.
You might have to tug on me a little bit more on that one.
Boom.
I might have to get bribed. I don't know because I have
She's
0.
a tattoo virgin.
Yeah,
okay, but what's your concern with it? Is it because it'll hurt, or you just don't want it on your body?
More that it would hurt. Like I said, if there was, I would consider at least if I ever got one. I do have a tattoo on mine, but I don't think because I have a lot of nerve issues, and what we was talking about. Plus, I'm deathly afraid of needles.
Yeah, I can't even watch not a good TV. Combo.
Yeah, I know, right? So. You get a tiny one. Get a very micro. If you get a dot, that's a tattoo. That counts.
Get a dot on your nose. It'll be like a nose ring.
Yeah. Right there, you go. Pow.
They have numbing.
You know what? Why don't I do it? I can do a prison style tat.
Do you guys have tattoos?
I actually do not.
I have 2.
Oh, okay. He said, look, the bad boy over there.
Hold on, where's my camera here? I got a King of Hearts right there.
All right.
Oh, cool.
And then I have a bison on my arm here. So.
Oh, cool, bison. I'm curious to know the story on the bison, and both actually. So what's going on with
Well, the King of Hearts is my wife has the Queen of Hearts on her hand.
Oh, so sweet.
So, and then the bison is I'm a Buffalo fan of all sports. So I didn't want to go with the typical logo type thing because it looks so cartoonish. Yeah. So I went with the real bison instead. So
okay, love it.
So
If I get my tattoo, you know what's gonna be? It's gonna be like a cartoon character right there and one right there, and I'm gonna push them together to make them kiss.
Be like the bikini I made.
What if the you could do Pepe Le Pew or whatever, and
Yeah, and that one cat that he keeps harassing, even though that's a male cat, but he is not caught on yet. Like,
So for you folks that are listening and not watching, what did you just do, Panda?
I have my left breast, which is gonna be like. But now I'm adopting Troy's idea, so it's gonna be Pepe Le Pew on my left breast. It's gonna be that weirded out, probably sexually harassed cat by Pepe Le Pew, and I'm gonna push them together to make them mutually kiss. Isn't that wonderful?
Or you can buy my bikini
pushing them
with my
apart,
shark.
right?
There you go.
I have an Etsy store, and I made a bikini. I took a picture of this, and I put it on a bikini. So there's one shark head on each side of your boob.
Oh my gosh!
Like that.
is
And then the panties have a bunch of. I made them different colors as well.
Yeah.
The bottoms have a bunch of the shark heads.
Tattoo, didn't we?
So then what you can do, Boomstick, is then you can put a surfer right in between.
Yeah.
There you go. Like, and make it a dynamic. It's gonna be like one of those where you like choose the color, you know, and then you open it, and it's a different tattoo down there. Like you like move that boob over, you got a whole different tattoo right there.
Well, I'm out on the boob thing. I don't got no room.
Oh.
So
I got no room.
I'm like, girl, you got some like king pillows, pillows up there.
Panda for a loop.
And then I got it. I'm like, oh yeah, she is running out of room.
Out of room.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's well. You still have some room on that arm.
Just a little bit. I think I'm going to cover this in flowers, though, to finish everything out that I want. But
Okay.
Legs
I got
done?
room up here in this one.
Yeah.
Are your legs all covered?
Half and half.
Okay.
So how much do you, I mean, obviously you had an ex do this for you. I don't know if he gave you a special discount, but like a 2-minute discount or whatever. But like, how much does that cost to get that all done? Like, how much money do you think you have invested on your body right now?
Like retail value.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. Like, if we were to trade you in, how much could we get for you?
What's the Kelly Blue Book on your text?
Yeah, I know, right? Truthfully, man, it just depends on his days. Some days he's like, I want 500, you know, for something, and some days he'll be like 150, you know.
Okay.
I don't know. I've been doing it for so long that I feel like
you're definitely in the thousands.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, probably maybe 5 or more for sure.
Yeah,
that's about the cost of therapy. So I mean,
there you go. Good point.
You know, and we've got a very good mutual understanding on that. I think with us having a relationship, he understands my mental health, and so I think that he knows that like it saves me.
Yeah.
So and I think that he cares enough that he wants me to feel more comfortable in life per se.
Sure.
So he's not an ass about it.
Yeah, he don't throw the book at you.
No, he cares enough.
I just wonder what you're gonna do when you're out of room, though.
I don't know.
We talked about tattooing like her tongue or the lips or something.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too, where they go the inside of the lip.
Yes, on Black Panther. Wait, no, not Black Panther. Is it Black Panther?
There's certain areas like
Wakanda Forever.
I won't touch like my feet. I have 1 foot tattoo. I don't like my feet messed with. I'm not like a pedicure person. My mom has to give me pedicures because I will like straight kick you in the face.
Bloody
so tattoos don't work. I don't do them on my feet. Well, and I think that's about like the only place I've got my knee. Everything else done. So.
Would you ever consider shaving a part of your head?
Nothing on my face.
Like to get a tattoo there?
No,
in the hair.
No, not my head, not my face. I know that my tattoo guy had talked about taking this up behind my ear a little bit, but that'd be about as far as I go.
Okay. Huh. Wow.
She has a no face policy. Yeah. Like she cannot break that.
I'm glad because I'm not. I'll be honest with you. Like for me, I'm not a huge fan of the face being tatted up.
Yeah.
You know.
Some girls are really cute. They can pull it off, but
yeah.
them model type girls, which I'm not. So
We were
And
just talking.
next time we talk, I just want you to, not hold back as much.
Yeah.
Okay.
You tend to be too shy. So you need to kind of bring.
I'll
out that
work on that.
personality. Yeah, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, no. Next time you're gonna get like we talk about Catholic schoolgirl type. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry to the Catholics. Like, that's why we hate the Mormons right there. That's why we hate those Mormons.
We'll be the cause of the new religion war.
Yeah.
The new religious apocalypse. Yes,
That's right.
Right here, this podcast right here, set it in motion.
All right, girls. Well, we're coming up on the hour mark here, so let's let you guys get your little plugs in here if you want to. If you want to throw out certain ideas, or if you just want to tell people to look up Reasonable Girls Podcast, take it away.
Just I'm Tattoo Babe on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Everything. I'm Tattoo Babe, pretty much. I don't know what happened if you Googled me though, so I don't know if you get the right stuff. Reasonable Girl.
That comment alone, I think, might cause a lot of people to start Googling you.
Right,
Just so
they
you
want
know.
to know.
Yeah, I don't know what they'll find. They might not find me though, because I feel like there's tons of other tattooed babes out there. So, but Reasonable Girls for everything on every platform except for Spotify and stuff like that needs to be Miss Boomstick.
Yeah.
So,
And then I'm Miss Boomstick on everything: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much everywhere.
Is that your Xbox tag?
Spotify, PlayStation.
And I'm just taking backing off of their name. So
yeah.
So
There you
on
go.
YouTube as well. That's Miss Boomstick. So
Our email
oh yes,
is Reasonable
the
Girls
Reasonable Girls
Podcast. Yep. Gmail.
yeah.
Okay.
So Reasonable Girls Podcast at gmail.com.
All right.
Awesome. And you can find us just by looking up Stay Tuned with Troy and Howie. And we're on all major podcast forums. And look us up on YouTube, Facebook. What else do we have?
And
out
we're
there?
syndicated on rowdyimradio.com, which is also on Mondays and Fridays at 4 Central Time?
Yeah, 4 Central Time.
So-
Yep.
Okay.
So
Cool deal. Well, it was great talking with you guys. It was a lot of fun. I hope that wasn't too painful for you guys.
It was great. Thanks.
All
We could
right,
get better
awesome.
seats next time, but we didn't.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe
work
some
on
air.
that, right?
I'm bringing my wheelchair the next time. I'm telling you.
well, we don't need all that.
Yeah.
No, not for that. No, it's just.
Happy
we're
Panda
not
will be
gonna
with
have
us
one
in
demonstration.
exactly 1 to 3 minutes.
No, 15
Right.
Oh, 15 to 17.
15
my
to
bad.
17 minutes.
All right.
I am black, so I might be a little late. I learned that black people have their own time, and I know because I'm black, I have my own time.
All right.
Usually 12 minutes.